Welcome to Sorry for the Delay. I'm your editor, Mia. In this week's episode, the boys go on a fun world record journey in history. Sean recounts his Christmas party disaster, and Joshua shares his latest art acquisition. Enjoy the show.
Yes, it does. You like that?
No, I don't.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Sorry for the Delay. I believe it is episode 17. We are your hosts. My name is Sean. This is Joshua. Joshua, how you doing?
Hello, Sean, and everybody who's joining us. Really appreciate you all, and thanks for being here. Great.
Oh wow, that was way simpler than I thought it was going to be. All right. Moving on.
I could have gone deeper, but we got a lot to talk about today. So I just tried to keep it short. Well,
I guess I appreciate that. I mean, the one time where I didn't expect it to be short, I mean, we'll keep it short. That's fine. All right, moving on, Joshua. Hey, on this episode, I'm going to tell you guys about my Christmas party. I can't wait for that. It's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, and I got a few things. I got a few things too. It just depends on what Sean wants to hear. Do you want to hear, how many days do we got left? Do you want to know about some Guinness World Records? Maybe some holidays going on?
Joshua, I want to hear everything that you just said. Everything, all of it. I want to know all of it.
Should we start with, as usual, how many days we have left in the year?
Per usual, Joshua, I need to know how many times I have to hold this rope.
Okay, well, you got a lot of rope because you have 344 days left. We got a lot left in the year. Yeah, it's still the beginning of the year, everybody. So if you haven't hit your resolutions, you still got a lot of time to rethink all of that.
All of that.
You're not running out of time. Yes, your choices of your resolutions. I mean, I don't know. Some people made a lot. I think it maybe this person right here made this as a resolution. I don't know. I'm gonna give you a world record that happened on this day in history. A Guinness World Record, mind you.
On this day in history, there's a Guinness World Record? No fucking way. Yeah. No fucking way.
And there is. There's a few Guinness World Records on this day. Sean, do you know what a burpee is?
It's that thing that you do when you hold babies. No, not even close.
Well, you ain't wrong there, Sean. That is a burpee. That is a burpee.
Right.
I mean, maybe I should just leave it at that. Okay. But no, there's a Guinness World Record for the most burpees. So on this day in history, most chest to ground burpees in 12 hours was set by Charlene Wright. Ooh. She did in 12 hours 5,600 burpees for the Guinness World Record.
Shit, that is a lot of burpees.
That is a lot of burpees. Holy shit.
I think I could
That's
probably
like one
do
healthy person to be doing that.
2 burpees and then I'll probably die. So, 5,000, that's
I know.
That's saying something.
I'm not doing that many either. I didn't even know what they were. I actually thought it was what you do with a baby, like you just said. I thought that's what it was. I was like, shit.
Just saying.
So the other fun world record I found on this day in history was, but I got to give you the rules first. So it has to do with the world's largest pizza party that has happened that ended up in the Guinness World Record. But I got to give you the rules first. So there's some context to this.
I'm all for it.
So the rules go as such. The rules require each participant to eat 2 slices of pizza and drink a small bottle of water during the 15-minute time limit.
Okay.
So this is how the rules were set out.
All right. I'm feeling it.
So this record was broken and by 3,357 people broke the record.
What the fuck?
For the largest pizza party.
Holy shit. That's fucking... What?
Yeah.
Damn.
Kind of a silly world record, right? I was just like, let's tie this into this day in the history.
But I feel...
but the previous world record was 1,046 people. So they fucking crushed,
they crushed that shit. But even hearing 3,000 plus people, I feel like we could crush that shit, bro. We could crush that. Just saying.
I just had to bring up pizza because of what we talked about in the last episode. It struck a chord with me
briefly
as far as pizza goes.
I mean, there was an extensive conversation that a lot of people missed in the episode that did not get aired because of the audio before even the audio episode. There was a whole conversation about this pizza. It's just not a good pizza. Enough said.
Yeah. Would you like to say what type of pizza it was?
A pineapple and anchovy pizza was the pizza.
And who suggested it? Who was the wise guy that suggested we even attempt this?
You did, Joshua, but you got it from a very famous podcaster who shall not be named on this podcast.
No, we're not going to do that. Yeah, but it was effing gross. Don't ever eat the pizza that Sean just mentioned. It tasted like shit.
It was fucking
We didn't
awful.
talk a whole lot about it, but it's terrible.
It was like the ocean jizzed in your mouth and expected you to swallow it with pineapple.
It's fucking disgusting. It smelled rotten. It actually did smell rotten.
Sorry, Joshua. Continue.
Yeah, that was my fun. That was my circle back to pizza. Like, that was my fun little fact. But I can also talk about holidays. I got some fun holidays that I found that happened.
Give me some holidays.
On
January 23rd. I need a reason to drink.
So for January 23rd, there is actually a Measure Your Feet Day.
What the fuck? I'm sorry.
23rd.
I mean, as a feet connoisseur, a person who dabbles in the feet love, a person who loves feet. I think I just love feet, Joshua. Go ahead and tell me about this day that I can measure my feet. Yes. Who celebrates this? Are there celebrities who celebrate this?
I couldn't really find the history on when and where and how this started. I mean, there was some verbiage of it started in like Iceland and this whole thing, but I did find some fun facts about your feet.
My specific feet?
Yeah.
Oh,
everybody's feet.
Okay.
Everybody's feet. So
let me know.
Did you know that there are 20, I got a few of these. I'm gonna sound them off right here.
Right.
There is 26 different bones in your feet. The average foot contains over 250,000 sweat glands.
Ew, no
and the sweat glands of the feet can produce over a half pint of perspiration each day.
Ew. So that makes a lot of sense then. Why people's feet smell. Because you have a lot of sweat glands down there. It makes a lot of sense. So don't you think there should be like a deodorant for feet?
I think they have sprays you can put in your shoes.
I'm pretty sure that's an idea. Pretty sure that's a thing. But
for the stinks.
Yeah.
For the stinks. And if you're one of out of every 4 people that have flat feet, don't feel bad because 1 in 4 people in the United States have flat feet.
Now, is having flat feet a bad thing? Is that bad? Like, I don't know.
I wear Vans. My feet are flat every day,
yeah.
So I don't know.
I mean, I do have a little arch to my little feetsies, but I don't know. I did not know that we only have 26 bones in our feet, though. That kind of seems like minimal. You know what I mean? Like I felt like
somebody could fact check that, but
I don't know, man. That's
26. Yeah,
I believe you.
26 different bones.
Sure, fuck it. Me. Yeah, why not? Hey, 30, 32.
So go out and measure your feet, everybody, and check it out.
Send
See if you have flat feet. You could be 1 in 4.
Sorry for the delay at gmail.com. Yeah, just saying.
And we promise not to sell them on Foot Finder. We promise not to do that.
He promises. I never.
I know I
didn't
won't.
say
Sean
shit.
might. I don't know. Yeah. And another fun holiday on this January 23rd. I got another fun fact to follow this. It's also National Pie Day.
Oh,
on January 23rd.
Like, so like actual like apple pie day.
God, okay, where are you going?
No,
with
like
this?
apple pie day, like pies in general. Because I know that in March, like March 14th is National Pie Day. Like the number, like pi.
Oh, like mathematical pie?
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. But so it's National Pie Day, so I can go have a pie right now.
Yeah, you can have a pie. And if you had to guess,
Joshua, wait, hang on, I'm not over this pie thing yet. Can it be apple?
Okay. Man, oh man, oh man!
Can I warm it up in a microwave, Joshua?
You could do whatever you want to this pie. You could put ice cream on it. I've heard that's taboo. Some people say pie on ice cream is taboo.
Could I maybe
not do it any justice?
Joshua, can I maybe dabble in some non-favorable acts in this pie? You know?
No, you cannot. No, you cannot. Do you know who invented apple pie? According to this,
who?
The British.
Like the British as a whole, like they were just like, hey, everybody, collectively, we're gonna go ahead and make this thing called a pie.
that's what there's. That's
all right.
I want somebody to fact check me on all this shit I say. Eventually, somebody's gonna chime in these comments and say, "Joshua, you're an idiot. This shit don't make sense." But this is the kind of research I do, everybody. I dig deep.
I like it.
But fact check me if you want to.
I believe you.
That is the couple of holidays I have. There's one last one. It's kind of boring, but maybe I should say it anyways. This holiday is happening on the 23rd, and it's called Speak Up and Succeed Day.
Wait, it's happening on the 23rd?
I read that,
Joshua,
and I was like,
the 16th.
Today's the 16th.
Today's the 16th, bro. Nah, I'm just playing with you, bro. It's the 23rd.
You motherfucker. See what this guy does, everybody? He totally likes to mess with me every single time.
I'm sorry.
That's why everybody needs a friend like Sean. They should always, start a podcast.
I'll do it. Just fucking do it.
But yeah, Speak Up and Succeed Day.
Speak Up and Succeed. Was that what you said? I'm sorry. Speak Up and Succeed.
Yeah, it's a holiday.
Can you speak up, Joshua?
Speak up and succeed.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Can you speak up? Can you? Hello?
Yes. Yeah.
This is why nobody watches this shit, bro. It's all my fault. I'm so sorry.
I know it's cut off.
I'm just gonna. I'm gonna cut off.
We can leave out that last one.
Just go ahead and leave.
Can I take you to somewhere funny now? Can I take
we're not there right now, though. We're not there. I thought we were there.
No. We're not. We're not to the funny yet.
All right.
Maybe I can make somebody laugh with this one because I thought this shit was funny. In this day in history, in 2018, 12 camels were disqualified from the King Abdul's Camel Beauty Contest after their owners used Botox on their lips.
Oh my God. That's great. That's great.
You want it funny?
Joshua, we're gonna we have to get a camel, bro. We got to get a camel and we got to put him into this. I have so many ideas. So many.
I didn't even know I didn't even know there was camel beauty contests and then they're injecting Botox in the camel's lips.
Oh,
Jesus,
God.
Everybody.
First of all, animal
Camel
cruelty
contest.
Right? Animal cruelty right off the bat, right? The animals getting hurt. Nobody wants that. Second, though, maybe they show me what them lips do. No? All right, moving on.
I don't know. Okay, let me give you give you one more. I got a whole list over here. I'm gonna give you one more. Because we were just there. M-Pop Museum. I got to bring it back to a little bit of music. Let's stay in history. Okay. So in 1986, the first artists are inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Among the first inductees were Ray Charles, James Brown, and Elvis Presley.
Oh, that's fucking cool. Basically hit all the all-stars.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're going to have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, might as well just bring them all in. That's pretty cool. Yo, actually, you know what's funny, Joshua? We were watching the latest Elvis movie. Have you seen that one? The one by Warner Brothers?
Yeah, it's good. We liked it.
We really good. Did you? All right. How far did you get? Did you?
I mean, we thought it was.
Did you make it to the end?
Opening credits.
Oh, good.
And then
all right. Nice. All right. I get it now. I get it. I completely get it.
What we saw was good.
So we watched this movie, And I kind of just throw it on just because like I wanted to just like fucking see what was up, right? I got about halfway through, right? So we got about an hour and a half into this movie. This movie's 2.5 hours long. This movie's fucking long. And when we stopped, it felt like we stopped during like a taping of a new Superman movie. There was just so much CG, and they were like in the middle of like a fucking trailer park, and they were like, I couldn't hold my disbelief. Like up until that point, the movie was going decent, but it like didn't know what it wanted to be. It was like did it want to show Elvis as a superhero? Did it want to show him as like a villain? Like it didn't know what it wanted to be, man. But if those of you who made it through that movie, please let me know how it ends. Did he die? Yeah, I don't know, man. So
I think Elvis overall was just a legend.
yeah.
Like I heard a story. I don't know how true this is, but I heard a story where Elvis somehow got a gun into the White House. I don't know who the president was at the time. Somehow got a gun into the White House.
Damn.
Got a gun into the Oval Office and set it on the table in front of the acting or then president.
God damn.
Somebody could fact check that too. But I did hear a story where he was just, that's why he was the king.
Yeah, baby. Different time, I
He
guess.
could walk around, just do whatever the hell he wanted.
Yeah. Fuck it.
I mean, yeah, Elvis is Elvis though, man. In his time, nobody was, I mean, I don't say nobody because I'm not a big historian, but he did crush it back then.
He did. Which was funny. So speaking of crushing it, we stopped the movie halfway through. I loaded up YouTube and I was like, you know what? Let me see how raunchy Elvis really was, you know? So I like typed in the YouTube. I was like, Elvis's live performances, right? And I just kind of went through some lists and stuff and like ended up on like his comeback tour videos kind of thing. And in this video specifically, he is performing for a crowd, right? And he is in the middle on a square, right? And the crowd is all around him, right? But the square is probably like 4 feet in each direction. So the crowd is like right next to him. And the crowd consists of, who do you think, Joshua? Who do you think the crowd is at an Elvis concert? On his comeback.
I'm going to go with a lot of... Oh, it's a comeback. You're
tour.
Like, ooh, so he's big Elvis.
He's already big.
He's big
yeah,
Elvis
he's big,
at that point. Ooh, I'm going to go with a lot of not so healthy looking gray haired cane walking, slumped over.
Well, Joshua,
pacemaking. How many more things can I add to it?
You would be wrong, Joshua. The people in the front row consisted of children and teenage women.
Oh, no.
that was who was in the front row.
No.
And now you just can picture Elvis doing his like you ain't nothing but a hand, and he's like shaking his hips, right? And he's like doing that in front of kids, and it's as awkward as it sounds, and it's uncomfortable. And I thought to myself, that's the king of rock and roll, baby. Right there. So I don't know, man. I love Elvis. I love Elvis's music. I love his voice, but you know, that in particular, that shot was never gonna see that again on TV.
Yeah, some people just don't know when to retire. You know, when your agents are talking you into it, like some people just like boxers or some athletes, you just kind of see them out there and they're just kind of pushing through the stage. They got fans. They're trying to please people, and I think sometimes it might not even been his choice, but it's a tough situation when you're used to be the man and now you're not.
I get you, Joshua. Before we move too far away on anything, on any topic right now, I have a question, buddy. Hey, how long is too long to have my Christmas decorations up? Like, do you think I could just like keep these up until like spring, summer? Like, how long is too long? Like, should I just go the whole year and leave them all up? Like, what? I need an opinion, Joshua. What should I do?
I personally keep them up as long as possible.
Okay. All right. So if I don't have a reason to take them down, then I just won't do it.
Yeah, I keep them. So I guess I could say I get to the point where when I walk in and I look at them, they no longer make me happy. They make me feel like, dude, get these fucking, get these things out of here. Like they start to annoy me. The glitter, the extra lights, the dust they start to accumulate. I think once they become more of an annoyance than they do like a festive, like happy kind of feel. Because when you put Christmas lights up initially, right? Like they're supposed to make you feel jolly and warm and happy, and you're going into the season, food and friends and family and holiday, I guess you could say. Like they bring a sense of joy to your life. But if they're up and they're no longer creating that joy for you,
okay,
it's probably time to take it down. Or your PG&E bill is just, you're getting sick of the PG&E bill and you're like, shit, dude, like
damn, this LED tree is really fucking bringing us down.
Yeah, like so if you're maybe it comes down to your finances and your bills, and it's just time to let it go. But I still have mine up downstairs. All right. They're going to be it for a while.
I guess I'll just leave them until I feel like they don't bring me joy. Then I'll do that. That makes me happy.
Yeah, I think that's the indicator. If they're making you feel like it's just more work, then take them down. Take them down, because you're going to put them back up.
No, I know, and I imagine all the work I'm going to have to do again. Right, that's what I'm thinking about right now. Like, if I can mitigate the amount of work I have to do later, like maybe I'll just leave all my Christmas stuff up until Halloween, because that's my next favorite holiday. So we'll see how long this goes. We'll see how long that goes.
Or you could just solve it all. Just grab a big fucking sheet and just throw it over everything, so you don't even have to look at it anymore, and then just take the sheet off when Christmas comes back around, and then just a big reveal.
I like that. The throw it under the rug method. Yeah. I love it. Joshua, hang on. Before we get too far away from holidays, hey, so just so that people know, I believe it is episode 20. Correct me if I'm wrong, Joshua, but episode 20 is going to be our Valentine's Day episode. And Joshua, I need to ask you something.
Yeah. Okay.
Will you be my Valentine's Day, Joshua?
I'm going to leave that on a cliffhanger, because it's I mean, yeah, you're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to see if I'm gonna accept your candy gram or not.
I mean, you should probably check your mailbox.
I'm gonna pull your rose as they do on some of these shows. Is there a rose in the background for Sean? I don't know.
Fine, I guess we'll wait till episode 20 to find out if Joshua was my Valentine's or not. Bitch ass. Yeah. All right then.
We shouldn't talk too much about Valentine's.
We'll get to I just wanted to mentally have a check note, so that way we can come back to this later, Joshua. That's all I wanted to do. Okay. Give the people a little spoilers. Sorry, I believe at the beginning of the show, Joshua, you said you had a funny story. You had a funny story.
Well, actually, my camel was the funny story. I know it wasn't gonna.
Wait, was it your camel with Botox?
Yeah. No, it wasn't my camel. It wasn't my camel. I just thought that was fucking funny. People pumping camels full of Botox juice. Yeah, because everything else I have on my list over there is a little sad.
Okay, well, I don't want to be sad.
I don't want to go. Yeah, let's keep things happy. But I am happy to say that I'm getting over this little cold and cough that I have.
Yes, we both have the cold and
my
cough.
My voice sounds any different.
Yeah, I mean, I think you sound a lot better.
But I do have to give. What's that?
You sound a lot better than you did before, so makes sense.
Oh yeah. No. Well, I have to give credit to a good friend of ours. She hooked me up with some amazing super juice. And when I say amazing, yeah. When I say amazing, I even have a few more left. And
yeah. Oh, you should probably not put that in frame.
So this stuff right here, this little cartridge of super juice right here will clear you right up. I couldn't get her to send me the recipe. I was trying to get her to send it to me, but she made like a half dozen of these things or 2 dozen. She made a bunch of these things, and she hooked it up with a few of them when I wasn't feeling so well. I downed a few of these. I was having sore throat. I was having just not feeling like super good. But whatever she put, I think there's like it's like pepper or paprika. There's some stuff in here, but hopefully I can have this because we're in cold season. But if you know of any home remedies, I'm very interested in what somebody might do to clear themselves up, and which leads me to kind of the question I wanted to get to with you, Sean.
Mm-hmm.
If you get, because we are in cold season, we're in flu season, we're in the season where people are just getting sick. Some people are going to the doctor and just the guy in the white coat has all the answers, right? Whether it's you're mentally messed up or you're whatever you're going to see the doctor for, right? What are you doing to cure what you got going on? Are you down in a bottle of Jack Daniels? Like, what's putting you back into
the answer I really
mental fitness and physical shape?
The answer I would love to give is yes, just drink yourself to health. But because it kills the stuff inside you. But realistically, what I did to get over this cold that I had, this is the first time I ever like, I had to like just lay down for a few days to like get over this. So the best recommendation I can give you is literally drink lots of water, get lots of sleep. Like that's usually what does it. Like do as little as possible so that your body can heal. So that's it. That's all I did.
So you're recommending rest.
Rest.
We're not doctors either. We're not trying to give medical advice. We don't want to steer anybody the wrong direction. Neither of us are. Mm-hmm. But I'm somebody who loves home remedies. So when I got presented with this little super juice right here, I was excited to try it. And I love it when somebody can go to the garden or somebody can just come up with things in the organic section of the grocery store instead of down the aisle full of the aspirin and NyQuil, and I like the home remedy stuff. So that was cool that our friend came through with that super juice, because it made a difference. So try it out. Like if you're one who just goes to the doctor and just wants a magic pill to take care of you, maybe instead of looking to that guy, go to your vegetable aisle and chew on some garlic or some shit.
So Joshua, I gotta ask you this, as a person who doesn't do the home remedies often, like I prefer just like doing the medicine when I can, but I have to ask you, do you think home remedies are just a placebo effect?
Oh, that is a good question. I would say yes to that if every time I didn't do some set, like the gargling of the salt water or the honey and the tea and like all that kind of stuff. I would say there's a placebo effect if it didn't work on me. It every time I've done a home remedy, it has always worked. My body doesn't lie. If something's fake, my body will tell me. If I eat a bunch of cheeseburger, my body tells me I'm fat. The body doesn't lie to you. The proof is in the pudding. If you take the juice and the juice makes you feel good, it's not like you willed yourself. You put something different in your body, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm not looking to chemically change my body with some magic pill that messes with my DNA or whatever it does, like it gets in there and just scrambles some stuff around, like, or hits my white blood cells, or, if we came from the earth, then there's no reason what can make us well, can come from the earth.
I get you. Makes sense. I still think that you're just having a placebo effect, buddy. I think it's all lies.
It's not,
but whatever.
It's not.
Hey, if it makes you feel better, that's all that matters. Okay, even though it's wrong.
Okay. So. Yeah, but I don't know. Try it out, people. Mix it up a little bit. Close the medicine cabinet for a little bit and look something up and try some. Chew on a celery stick or some shit. I don't know. But
I like
mix it up. Everybody's sick right now. Everybody's sick.
Yeah.
So let's get well together. Let's everybody get well.
Yeah. I hope everybody feels better. Please feel better, everybody.
Yeah.
All right, Joshua, should I get into the wellness, to the main topic for me and my Christmas party? I don't know if you're ready for this, baby.
Yeah, I would love to hear how your Christmas party went. We all know I had wet t-shirts at mine.
Yeah,
we all
you had
know
boobies,
there was
bro.
a bunch of underage drinkers. No, there wasn't underage drinking.
They
I'm
were
just
drinking
kidding.
coffee, bro. Never
Everybody
admit
was
that.
legal. Yeah. Everybody was legal that drank at our Christmas party.
All right.
For the record.
Lay
it on me. Give it to me, big guy. How'd it go?
Okay, so let me preface this by saying, Joshua, my Christmas party was probably one of the most disappointing Christmas parties that I've ever been to in my entire life. And I'm going to explain why. But you have to understand where the day started. So my Christmas party was, when this comes out, last Sunday. And it started like this. I woke up, made breakfast, started with mimosas, kept on drinking mimosas until about 12 o'clock, when then I switched to ciders, which are 8%. And so, I switched to ciders that were 10%. I had 4 of those bad boys. And by the time I was done with those, it was time to get ready for the Christmas party. Christmas party was to start at 7 o'clock at a Dave & Buster's up here. Okay. The same Dave & Buster's that you and I went to, Joshua. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I get ready. I get out of the shower. It's probably like 4:30, 5 o'clock. So I go ahead and I drink my other ciders that I have. So I'm really into it right now. So I probably had 3 pints of mimosa. I've had 4 10% ciders, and I've probably had another 3 8% ciders, and then I took one for the road when I was heading over there. I wasn't driving, by the way. So obviously, if you're going to drink, don't drive. We get to the event. We get there an hour early, right? Because I wanted to be there early so that we can just, figure out how to navigate the world and just kind of figure out if anybody needed help or whatnot, help to set up. They didn't need any help. Nobody needed any help, right? So we kind of just chilled and did our thing. We greeted everybody that came in, and we kind of just were, being very friendly. I was being very, very friendly, Joshua, as in these situations when I drink and I go out socially, I'm pretty friendly with everybody. I like to
friendly.
I like to make sure that everybody's having a good time. I play host, if you will. And so I was doing that. I was doing that pretty fucking hard, Joshua. I was zooming, baby. I was on top of the world. All right. So 7 o'clock
You
rolls.
must have been feeling good. You must have been feeling, sorry to interrupt you, but you must have been feeling really good if you're going around shaking hands, kissing babies, playing the role of Godfather.
Yes, Joshua.
Got it.
I was.
You're probably feeling really good.
I was feeling great. I was on top of the world. 7 o'clock rolls around, Joshua. People start showing up more and more. There's a total, I think, of I think at this point in time at 7 o'clock, there was 15 people there, which doesn't sound like a lot, but as the party gets,
it's not a lot at all.
Yeah. When the party gets going, people start coming in, right? 7:10 rolls around, Joshua, right? Now there's about 20 people there. 7:30, Joshua. Nobody else is coming. No, I don't see anybody else. We probably have 20 people. 20 people, maybe at that point in time. Guess what happens, Joshua? Guess what happens, right? So party's going on, fucking games and stuff in the background. Fucking, I think the Lions beat the fucking Rams or whatever during that time. Joshua, at 7:40, the power goes out. And all the games.
I was going to say the fucking power went
out.
I was
going to say, holy Joshua,
shit.
Unplayable. So.
Oh, no.
Before I move on from this, real quickly, what had happened was there was a fire upstairs because the Dave & Buster's that is here in town is beneath an apartment complex. So someone had a fire in their apartment, so hopefully everybody was okay there. But because of that, the fire alarm went off, which caused all the game's power to turn off because they're on the same line as the fucking apartment complex. So firefighters, whole 9 yards, right? A whole fucking kerfuffle, right? All the games off. Nobody's playing games, right? And we're just like, okay, well, that fucking sucks. But they still have the game on. They're still serving us drinks, and they're like still like entertaining us. They're being hosts. Excuse me. So they bring out the food, right? And so the food comes out. They're like, hey, everybody, here's the food. Like, hopefully, like, we'll get everything figured out, blah, blah, blah. You know, the spiel that they give you. They give you the spiel, right?
Yeah.
And so they give us
shit's rotten. Shit's falling apart fast.
Exactly.
They got to figure something out.
Exactly. So they give us the food. It's still just these 20, 25 people in here. There's enough people that I know every single person there. Like, I've gone up and I've kissed their heads. I've greeted them. I've asked them to vote for me for president. Like, I know these people now intimately. So the food comes out. Joshua, the food that they give us, I will describe it to you. I will list it to you. I will list it for you. Caesar salad, which was literally just lettuce, a little bit of like Parmesan cheese, and some like day-old croutons. Garlic bread. The garlic bread, I will admit, was decent. Garlic bread was a piece of bread, garlic, and some cheese, right? It was decent. That was fine. They gave us a pasta, which was either covered in olive oil or it was just sweaty. They didn't know what it wanted to be, Joshua. So we had that. That was there. Cool. And then to wrap everything up, they gave us chicken parmesan, right? A chicken parm, which one would think that it would be decent. It was not, Joshua. It was dry, bland. It had nothing to offer you other than empty calories. And so everybody was like lined up, getting all this food, and then you all sit back in the tables that were all lined up, right? All in a row. And you just hear one after another, like, this food isn't really good. And you hear the murmuring, right? You hear they're like, you guys want to go get something to eat after this? Like, anybody else really hungry? Like, so it's starting to collapse on itself, Joshua. I see this. I feel this, Joshua. I feel this in my elated state of being, right? And so I'm just like, we got to do presents. We got to do fucking presents. Like, we got to bring this shit up, right? So I like fucking, I go pee. I come back out and I like look for our ASM manager. I'm like, hey, we got to do presents. Like, people hate this shit right now. And so she was like, okay, like we'll do presents. Like we'll start this shit and we'll start getting people ready for that. Joshua, usually when you announce presents or when you do presents, you have a microphone, right? You have like a PA system. You have something to elevate the voice so that you can. Correct. Yeah, so you can hear, right? We had none of that, Joshua. Apparently this was something that nobody thought of. And so what did I do, Joshua? That's right, Joshua. That's right. I was the present announcer because in my elevated mind, I was like, "Hey, I can project my voice. I can do this. I can help this situation here."
Yeah, you're feeling good. You are on top of the world, like you said, going into this moment. Baby. You are a rock star.
I'm on top of the world, baby. So I'm over here. I'm like, all right, I got this. You go ahead, you read out you give me the little card. So we had like a system, right? Which I was okay with the system. Every associate that came, specifically associate, we gave them a little sheet that had a little number, and we had another sheet with that same number, and we put it into the little bin, right? So it was all random, but it was only for associates. So they would pull our manager pulled a card, and one of my coworkers pulled another one, and they would hand them to me and I would read them, right? So I would read these numbers out as best as I can. In my mind, because I'm feeling it, I'm feeling great. Like, I'm like, you know what? I can be louder. I can be as loud as I can be right now. And so what I did, Joshua, I went like this. I cupped my mouth, Joshua, but as I cupped my mouth, it never got louder, buddy. It stayed at the same frequency as if I was just talking to you at a table. But in my mind, up here, Sean was screaming at the top of his fucking lungs, baby. So we get through the presents. We're getting through the presents, right? I'm announcing all the numbers. People are like enjoying it. They're having a good time, in my mind, at least. I don't know if they are or not. We get to the TV, right? Because as it comes to be, we're pulling all these numbers out of this cup. And I look over and I notice that in the cup, there is only 3 tickets left. And we still have about 12 presents on the table.
Oh, no.
So, Joshua, we have more presents than associates at the party. More
But this gets good. This is good, no? This is a good problem to have.
It is a good problem to have, but it's also really sad because not a lot of people showed up. And so we're just like,
fuck it.
This is a train wreck happening, but we're going to make the best of it. Yeah. So because I saw that we only had a few things left in there, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. TV time. We're doing the TV. And so I read out the number and I'm like, it's 69 or whatever the fucking number was, right? Gentleman wins. And it's always that sad, like, oh, I didn't win, like the groan, right? Everybody's just the fucking groan.
Yeah.
He opens up the TV, Joshua. First of all, I brought that TV in, right? I brought that TV and I set it down, right? I set it on this table. Joshua, he brought the TV in and he opened up the TV, and when he opened it, Joshua, it was upside down, bro. I put that TV upside down on the table, which may not be a bad thing, but is sure as hell confusing when this man's opening the present and it's an upside down TV. And I was like, ooh, hope that still works, buddy. And the sad part was the TV wasn't even a good TV. It was one of those Ryoku TVs, like one of the, I can buy this TV for $150 or $70 right now on Amazon kind of thing. And I just saw the look in this poor man's face. He was happy that he got a TV, but at the same time, he was thinking, like, really? Like, these people are just so cheap. Like, So, after that, I give the microphone to my manager, the invisible microphone that never existed. And
I was going to say there, you mean your hands?
Yes.
You handed over your hands like, here,
please
use these. Use these as my microphone. Yeah.
So I handed it all off to her, right? I did my mic drop moment and I moved away from there because I knew the situation that was about to happen. She announces to everybody, all 25 people, that the games will not be returning and that Dave & Buster's is now closed. And it is barely 8:30, maybe 9 o'clock. Like, Dave & Buster's should have closed at midnight. And our party was still going until 10 o'clock, quote unquote. But because nothing was happening, like, they were just like, hey, we gotta close. Like, we just gotta close. So what do I do, Joshua? That's right. I want to be
after party.
I want to be a good host, buddy. I want to be a good host. And so I'm like looking around and I see people being sad and I'm like, hey, we got a bunch of different gifts. Let me go give some gifts out. I want some things. I want a blender. Spoiler alert. It's a fucking blender. I want a blender. Cool. But I was like, I want to give some gifts. Like, I want to make sure people leave happy. So I get permission, obviously, and I go out and I give some gifts away to some of the other ASMs that can't win anything. So I'm just like, here, you win this. This is for you. And then I give some away to like some other coworkers. I'm like, this is for coming. Thank you so much. But then everybody leaves. Everybody leaves, and it's just my manager, my lady, and then a few other associates, and we're just like, best Christmas party ever. Yeah.
Fuck. Whoa.
So that's why it was the worst Christmas party that I've ever been to, Joshua. But there is a shining bright light in this story. We were able to get a full refund for the entire thing. We got our fucking deposit back.
Oh.
We got over $5,000 back. And like, they didn't have to do that, but they did. And on top of that, they let us keep all the cards, all the Dave & Buster cards that we were supposed to give out and shit. with the amount of tokens that they still had them on. So each card had about 100 tokens on it. Crystal was able to procure about 7 of these cards. And so, her and I will be heading to this after party at Dave and Buster's throughout this whole entire month. Just saying. I might bleep out some of that, but who knows? We might leave it in. Anyways, so that was it, Joshua. That was my Christmas party. My Christmas party was non-eventful. There was no dancing. It was just me being hella drunk and telling people I love you and that I'm happy you came. But from what I gathered as I came back to work the next day, people were okay with that. People were actually happy that I was trying to make the best of a shitty situation. So there's that. Good times. Good fucking times.
As far as Christmas parties go,
mm-hmm.
that is pretty shitty when you're dealing with a reasonably established venue. Mm-hmm. That does kind of suck, but it wasn't their fault. I mean, you gotta hand it to them. They did make it up in the end.
They did, yeah.
They took care of you guys.
Yeah.
But that does kind of suck. But I did have a question. I know Christmas is over and people are like, fuck, I want to get rid of Christmas. People have already taken down their fucking holiday shit. And they're like, why are these guys talking about Christmas is stupid. It's like, why are we talking about Christmas? I mean, you guys celebrated Christmas party in January. I mean, maybe that's where you guys fucked up.
Maybe.
But yeah, I mean, we did it in December for where I work, and maybe that's where you guys fucked up. Maybe you guys just waited a little too long. You're celebrating a 2023 holiday in 2024. That was the Lord himself saying, you guys fucked up. Don't do this shit again. Go to a park next time.
Hey, quite possibly.
Do some other shit.
But we did it the same time this year, like last year, excuse me. So we did celebrate it in the new year for our holiday party. Like, because it's one, it's cheaper. And two, there's not a lot of pressure to book dates.
That's true.
So it kind of makes it easier for everybody. But I get it. It was probably God smiting us for flying too close to the sun. So.
And I understand that too. One last thing. Don't people sign up for don't they get the gifts for the amount of people that sign up for these types of parties?
And so 80 people signed up.
People didn't show.
Yeah. 80 people signed up, and let's say 20 people showed up. So simple math, 600 of them didn't make it.
Whoa. That does suck. Dave and Buster's, sorry. You guys, well, it wasn't their fault.
It wasn't their fault. And
so needless to say, your party did not have the eventful,
no, sir,
kind of outcome that my party did.
There were no titties.
Party did on this.
There were no scantily dressed women. It was just a
bunch of grays and walkers.
Nah, not a bunch of
grays. Couple oxygen tanks. Sounds like
there was a few millennials out there, or fucking Gen Z, whatever you want to call them. There were some kids out there, man, and they were having the best time they could. So there you go. Spoilers.
Do you think
Christmas party?
Do you think Christmas parties or do you think companies should throw more Christmas parties for the people that work there?
I think you should have more parties in general. Like, you should have a lot more team building like that, because I feel like it does actually build a team and a camaraderie with your associates and stuff. I think it's a great idea. If you had 2 every year, you had a beginning of the year party and an end of the year party, I think that'd be really cool.
Okay. How about this? For recognition? Do you like the fact that some companies give bonuses throughout the year, or would you prefer to see an impact directly on every paycheck instead of a bonus every once in a while?
I would prefer probably something on the paycheck every time, because a bonus is you have to meet certain requirements, right? But if you just increase the money every time, then I feel like that's more beneficial to everybody,
I think I stand behind that. I would almost prefer I don't want to call it instant because it's not instant. You still have to do the grind for every paycheck. Yeah. But, when you're working, throughout the entire year and you only get hit with these minimal types of impacts that are taxed more than 50%. I don't know if that is really life-changing to have 2 bonuses unless you're sitting at top of the food chain like some of these trolls do. Sorry, I don't want to be negative, but you know who you are. You're small, you're short, you have small minds.
Jesus.
Yeah, like
yeah, I'm with you.
You know who you are. It's tough, but yeah, that's a bummer. But I think we should celebrate more for everybody more often rather than every once in a while.
For sure. Agreed. Joshua, let's move on here. We got 10 minutes left in this episode. Do you have any fun finds for us this week?
Oh, I'm glad you brought up a fun find because I do have something. Ooh. But this isn't more of a fun find. This is more of a fun, when I got back from vacation, somebody presented me with a cool thing that they did from their heart.
Oh, okay.
They did with their own 2 hands. And I don't remember what episode it was, but I did mention I do value and appreciate things that are not the iPads, not the,
handmade,
not that kind of store-bought thing,
stuff,
but the handmade stuff. And this person did this up for me and it truly touched my heart. It made me feel really good inside.
Okay.
And let me show it to you.
All right.
It's really cool. It is really cool. Okay. So
I'm fucking ready. Lay it on me.
Here, check it out.
Oh, that's actually pretty fucking cool.
Right.
Little Snoopy's skateboarding.
I had an associate. This associate really loves art. And she hooked it up. She loves Snoopy.
That's fucking great.
And not only did this associate paint this, they did. I'm not going to read this to you because it's kind of personal, but there's a story that goes along. Yeah, there's a story that goes along with this.
Okay.
And it's written out on the back.
Oh my God, what the fuck? All right, we're going to talk after this episode because I got to know who this person was, but that's fucking awesome. So that's really cool.
So, I don't have a fun find, but I do have this hand painted picture that I sincerely appreciate. Thank you. I'll keep them nameless, but I love the gift. It's truly was an awesome thing to come back to. Because we all know coming back to work is kind of tough after a long vacation sometimes, but things like that, when you show back up to work, you know that people appreciate how much you appreciate them. And yeah.
Nice, man. Nice.
It was great.
I love it.
I loved it.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
That was my...
You're going to hang it up somewhere back there? You're probably going to hang it somewhere back there, aren't you?
Oh, it's going to. Yeah. Definitely. I told this person, it's going to be back there. It means a lot, it's not anything like overly like, whoa, yeah. Like it's just a friendship kind of thing that is super cool. Yeah, it means a lot. So
all friendships all relationships start as friendships, buddy.
As they should.
Well, that's awesome, Joshua. Unfortunately, I don't have any fun finds for you today. I don't have anything. I was so busy being sick, bro, that I was just like, I can't. I have nothing. So, should we end this on a fortune? We haven't ended on a fortune in a long time, Joshua. Do you still have fortune cookies?
I do have fortunes, yeah,
dude.
And we did miss it. We did miss a couple fortunes. Was it 2 episodes? I think we missed 2.
Sorry about that.
Yeah,
everybody.
It's been a couple.
Starting the year, new year.
I haven't.
Those fucking panda
I haven't thrown away. I should put a sticker over that fucking thing. They don't have lucky numbers, but I still do have the box. So let's get into a fortune. Yeah, we'll do it.
Let's end it on a fortune.
these aren't panda fortunes. These are the
Special
K
K.
ones. But let's get let's get into it. I know they should sponsor us at this point.
Damn,
Jesus,
we're gonna
come on.
start sending emails.
All right, let's get into this cookie here, everybody. Let's get a fortune, a 2024 fortune with some numbers.
Let's go.
Fortune.
I can't wait.
All right, everybody.
Please be a
For
good
those
one.
who are still hanging in there with us, I know let's get it. All right. So for this January 23rd in this brand new year of 2024, the fortune I have for you is, it's not a fortune, but it is some good vibes.
All right.
Smile. Literally, smile. A smile will make you young forever.
Hang on, read that again so I can understand it.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Smile.
Uh-huh.
A smile will make you young forever.
Okay, got it. Okay. Sure. Yeah, I'll take it. I mean, it's good vibes. I like it. It's fine.
It's not the best. I know. It's not the best, but we got to look at the source. I mean, this is, got to look at it.
All right, lay the lucky
we
numbers
really
down.
come here for the numbers is what we rolled it. Yeah,
right.
we come here for the numbers. This is what can change our lives. Can change your life, Sean. Can change my life, Sean. Can change the viewer, the listener's life.
Mm-hmm.
Here is your lucky numbers for this January 23rd, 2024. Your lucky numbers are 50, 47, 22, 1, 35, and 20.
Okay. All right. I'm feeling those. Those are pretty solid. One more time, Joshua. One more time.
Can we? Okay, I'll give you these lucky numbers. These numbers are going to win somebody something this year. 50, 47, 22, 1, 35, and 20. Those are your lucky numbers for this January 23rd, 2024. Let's win.
Let's do it, Joshua. Let's do it. Well, thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you. We appreciate you guys all so much. Even if it is just for 5 minutes or for 10 minutes or for however long you want to listen to us, we really do appreciate it. We will be back next week with another episode. I don't think I have much to say on the conclusion of this one. I don't know. Joshua, what else? And just wrap it up, baby.
I'm going to wrap it up with a shout out and a thank you to the individual who did make me that fun drawing. If you are an artist like this person is, keep pushing, keep working at something you love, because eventually everything we love does pay off if as long as you got a passion for it. So keep your passions going. Another shout out besides the painting. Thank you to the special, the juice. The juice is doing its work here. Let's get well, everybody. Let's get healthy. Let's get through the cold, the flus, the sickness. I wish everybody well and the best damn new 2024 year where possible. Let's have some fun. Come on, everybody. Let's go.
Fuck it. With that said, see you guys next week. Deuces.